cheat on my girlfriend. Did you hear something?
Welcome back from the music break, and like I told you, today we are having Viners George Kimani and Robert Muigai. And before we get into what they are about and how they come up with the vines and get us all cracking up, let's just talk about the conversational skills I was just talking about. So you guys probably been with the film you've gotten from making vines, a lot of girls hit you up and stuff, or maybe you just want to impress like a future employer or something. So what are your top 3 conversational skills that will get you somewhere?
Okay, for me, I'd say my number one.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'd say preparation is key. Number 2, eye contact, and number 3, confidence.
Confidence. Okay, wait. Eye contact, confidence, and preparation.
Yeah. And also for me, like one thing I like doing is getting research on the person, because let's say I want to talk to a potential employer. So I mean, it's much better if you know the company that they run, you know what they do. And actually something very interesting I noticed with what you just said, and I'm totally guilty of doing this. I'm so bad with names, but like I sort of like figured a way on how to solve this. So let's say like we are talking, hi, so, and then like, so I'm asking you, what's your name?
Sharon.
No, I mean your second name.
Nganga.
Yeah, so you see, because like I forget names in an instant.
No, I've totally forgotten the first name, so you make them say this.
Yeah, like you know, just like it makes it more personal.
So we have attention. If you've forgotten the first name, just ask, what's the second? Yeah. So now we're going to talk about you guys. Tell us your first names, which school you are in, and obviously we are going to talk about vines, but just get people to know a little bit about yourselves. Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Robert Muigai. I am a law student at Strathmore Law School, 4th year, so you know, graduation around the corner. And it's okay, you'll get there. Yeah, but then I'm like, okay, primary school I studied in Ngong. High school I went to my Forces Academy. Not too many people, MFA, not too many people believe this. And then so before I did law, I did an IT course in Strathmore, so that's why I learned how to do web design, like graphic design, you know, posters.
Is very important in making vibes. I was having a conversation with them, and there's like a lot of time, but you guys will get to know that. George Kimani.
So as she said, I'm George Kimani. I'm a 3rd year at Strathmore University. My high school, I didn't go to school in Kenya. I went to school in UK. I came back in 2012 and just jumped right into Strath right away. I'm doing actuarial science. What else?
I want to jump in with something. Like, can you do an accent for us? Like,
what do you want to say?
For all the girls, you know, us girls, like guys. Okay, no, sorry. Can you do an accent?
I'm actually very bad with accents. What do you want me to say?
We can, like, I think we can try different accents.
Sitting on the chart list.
Hi guys, I'd like you to stay tuned to the chart list.
Okay, so the whole segment is about anyone who wants to make vines, and guys who watch vines but don't necessarily want to make them, but they don't know what really goes into making a vine. So how has the journey, how did you guys start out? Because I know you guys haven't worked together for long, but how did you start out on vines, and why vines really? So when did you start? How did you get on it, and why? why decide to crack up people every single second of the day?
I mean, for me, honestly, it's such a funny story. Like, I don't do vines as much as George Kimani does, so if anything, he's the expert. So, like, because my vines are usually just casual, like, you know, things that happen in class. But, like, with the first vine that we ever did, it was so random, because I got his number through a mutual friend, and I told him, hey, George Kimani, why don't you do a different Don't Judge Me challenge? And so I came up with the concept, and then he put like his editing skills to it and also modified the concept. And you know, in the end, I think he's just like one of the few people who are just as crazy as I am, and you know, able to like mash it up all together and like do the final thing. So what goes into it, I guess, is always about preparation. I mean, first of all, I mean, fine, it's nice to be spontaneous, but you might be okay, but the person you're trying to like do a Vine with might not. So it's always better to like, you know, just write down what you're gonna do. And then also editing, like you have to make sure everything sinks in, because in a sense, like a Vine is like a short movie. 7 seconds. I mean, I don't think there's anything shorter than that. Yeah.
Because short films are much longer and miniatures. So when did you start doing Vines?
I think last year.
Last year.
Wait, like when did I get? Yeah, last year.
Last year,
Yeah.
like, that's when you jumped in and decided that.
Yeah.
And George, when did you start doing Vines?
For me, I started in August last year. There was this competition for the Sauti Sol Lipala dance, which is the one I started with. I've always loved video editing and production and stuff like that. So I thought, and there was 20 G's up for grabs.
The money is very
Yeah.
So I
it's the
tried.
limits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I dressed up in my mom's clothes and like went to the kitchen and started dancing. Told my brother to, you know, film me and see if we can win this money, but actually came in third place. The first place is actually
Yeah, I know who won. I'm so sorry. I helped them win. I'm so sorry.
Look, between
Yeah.
on
It's
national
okay. Yeah. It's okay. We didn't know each other then, so it's cool.
Okay.
third place.
Yeah.
And you guys like have a huge following. Like I know for George, like you have over 5,000 followers.
Actually,
10. Well, yeah, 12.
12.5
thousand. Yeah.
12.5k.
Yeah.
And what's your
I
opinion?
What my for I guess like I'm not that active with Vines on my page, so it's small, but I have like I think 540 followers. But you know, you can help me make a difference. You know, follow me at Robert Muigai on Instagram. You know,
Yeah,
help me
but
get to at least 10k. Just 10.
How did you get to that following? Because also, as much as you started out a bit later than he did, so you haven't garnered as much following as he has. But from the Don't Judge Me challenge you guys did, you got a lot of responses.
Yeah.
Because, like, and I think that's what really caught my eye about you guys. But how do you handle the pressure? Like everyone is always, how do you make sure you're funny all the time? Everyone is like, if it's not, you know, like there are those people who are waiting for you to like do something horrible, and then they're like, I told you, he's a fake.
Yeah.
Well, okay. To start off, we after the Lipala dance, before that I only had like 250 followers, and you know, like on Instagram I'd get like 10 likes, or 10 likes, something like that. But then after I did that Lipala dance, I got so much response from it, like let's say like plus 500 likes, and then I was like, because I want to enter the entertainment industry, but through a different way. So Vines was the answer, because no one else in Kenya was doing Vines. So I think we kind of pioneered into that. So I think that's how we got so much response from it, because we were the first people to start it off. So after every time we post a video, guys would just come to my page to watch, and guys were hooked onto it. How I stay funny, I'm not so sure. I think I just watch a lot of TV shows to stay current and know what's going on. Things like that,
Yeah, and I think question has just come up, like when you're seeing like it has occurred to me that there's like a whole process to this thing. So I want you guys to have a systematic way of anyone who wants to start doing Vines, but they don't really like understand the aspect. Like tell them each step and what you have to do to come up with each single Vine, because that's, I think it's a lot. People think like those few seconds take like maybe 2 minutes and you just put it out.
Yeah.
But I get the feeling that there's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
So step one.
Okay, step one, I think you need to be a creative person. I think you need
Yeah, like
What if I'm not creative but I have like something?
I mean that something is
But
creativity in its
I
own.
mentioned
Yeah.
creativity, you have to be different.
Yeah.
Yeah, step two is find the right crew. You
Yeah.
need to have, you know, people you get along
Yeah.
with. Yeah.
Yeah.
People who you connect with,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Step three, write it down, write your idea down, then get your team out to, you know, build on that idea, make it, you know, make it as perfect as it can be. Step four, I'd say, is now, you know, assign roles to everyone. Who's going to be this, who's going to, like me, my role is usually Mama Kimani. I like to portray my mom a lot. Okay, actually she just found out about Vines last week. She found out about my Vines last week. She never knew. Like, since last year, she's
And
never known.
how is the response? Like, you portray me?
I was cooking eggs in the morning and she comes up. She's like, Kim, let me show you something. And then she opens my Instagram on her phone. So I'm like, oh god. So, but yeah, she it was a nice reaction. She loved them. She loves them.
Okay,
And
so we
she's
were
really supportive.
Number
Four,
four,
yeah.
where you get the
Assigned
right
roles.
Yeah.
assigned roles.
Yeah.
And then now-
Robert?
I think the fifth one is now after getting the assigned roles, now like putting it all in together. Like for instance, let's say when you're playing another character, I mean obviously, you know, in high school you remember like the way like the short skits used to do, like you act like someone even though not dressing the part. But I think to make your vines more interesting, like you need
really
to,
like
yeah.
put yourself in the character.
Yeah, yeah. And
clothes, the makeup.
yeah, and actually tell you about makeup, if you can't find makeup, there's always something to improvise. Like for the Don't Judge Me challenge, I think the only makeup
kiwi.
thing we used was lipstick, because I had the kiwi shoe cream all over my eyebrows. The white spot was actually flour.
And I just want
Yeah.
to jump into that.
Yeah.
For anyone who is wondering what the Don't Judge Me challenge is all
Yeah.
about,
Yeah.
it's basically kids around the world making vines of when they look really ugly. And then like you cover yourself and come out looking really pretty
Yeah.
and beat, you know?
Yeah.
So you guys can look it up, Don't Judge Me challenge, and see all the vines around the world and what people are doing. And make sure you check out Robert with guys and Judge Kimani's. Yeah. So back to the steps.
Yeah. So yeah,
digress a lot.
yeah, yeah, it's okay. So the thing is also yeah, putting in like the skates, all the props, and then also one thing like sorry, going back to what you're saying, like getting someone with who you're in sync with. I mean that's always important because fine, you may come up with this great idea. But there's always someone there who can make it better. Because like my original conception of the Don't Judge Me challenge was not nearly as good as what it is now, you know, thanks to working with George Kimani. So it's always important to, you know, just work with someone. And also in the sense like, you know, at first fine, okay, you want followers, but like don't do it just to get followers. Because, you know, in a way, like I think Vining is sort of like now an art, you know, you can like express so many different things in just 7-15 seconds. So yeah, it's just like, it's not always about the followers. And then like, okay, sorry again, I always like back people up. I think about, and also one thing, it's really important, you know, just be yourself, like, you know, just have fun with it.
And you guys,
Go,
like, you should
go.
know, when I
Yeah.
was chatting with these guys before we came on screen, the
Yeah.
characters actually, like,
Yeah.
what you've seen right now is who
Yeah.
they are
Yeah.
in real life.
Yeah.
So we've gotten down to assigning roles. So after assigning roles, there's the shooting.
Nice
Yeah.
shooting,
Ugh.
which actually takes a lot more
Yeah.
time than you'd think.
Like how long did it take? I think an
I think
hour.
ours took like 2 hours.
Yeah, 2
to
hours.
shoot, even
And
though it's
that's
a
for
15
one
second.
vine.
Yeah.
So
It's
the vine is 50 seconds.
15.
15,
Yeah.
15
15
seconds. And the amount of time that goes into shooting it is
Which is, yeah,
2 hours, yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, because like, you know, okay, when I was a kid, remember like the way you used to see music videos, you think it's like people find this scene that like they're dancing these clothes and they change, and then like when they unsure those clothes, you have to go put them back on again. So, you know, with Vines, you can't do it like that. So I remember like when you're doing the Don't Judge Me challenge, we had to like rock, paper, scissors to see who would go ugly first. And for some reason, I just had to be the one who lost. So like I was the one who like became ugly. We did the scenes
But
when
you're
I was
not looking
ugly.
pretty anyway. You
Yeah,
guys will
but
play-
yeah,
will-
but actually that was like I think the hardest part for me was just like, you know, being pretty, because like, okay, for me it just doesn't come naturally, you know, like, because like I was always asking myself, honestly, how do I act? Like that's the whole time I was just like,
Everyone is wondering,
yeah,
They, we
Fly.
actually mean handsome.
handsome,
fly,
yeah,
or
like
beat.
on
For all you
flick,
youngins,
on flick,
Yeah,
yeah,
on flick.
yeah,
Okay, so so you shoot.
Yeah.
Then after the shooting,
editing.
Editing. Yeah.
editing. And for those guys who don't understand editing, what goes into the whole?
Editing is basically like putting all the clips together, and then you know, like put in effects or whatever it is you need to make it, you know, like the final product.
What type of softwares do you need for
Okay, for me personally, I use Sony Vegas Pro.
Sony Vegas Pro?
Yeah.
I so don't know what.
Yeah.
But it's okay, bro.
Yeah,
There's some viners who use their phones. It's as easy as just
Or
Yeah.
you can use your phone.
Yeah.
So you can
There are apps
edit
for
with your
that.
phone, guys.
Yeah.
But you guys will show me how to.
yeah. For me, I think I use like the most basic software, Windows Movie Maker. So, you know, when you get a laptop, it's always there. Just like go search Movie Maker and can do the basic things like add soundtracks, add sound effects, crop videos. So I mean, yeah, so you can just do like the basics, and I think it's something that beginners can use if you really don't know what how to edit.
So that was our little break. We were making a vine radar.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so then we go into the editing. So after how long does the editing take?
Editing, okay, for me, when I edit, it takes around 30 minutes to 1 hour.
Yeah.
Oh.
Same
So
here.
editing is less than shooting. Don't worry,
Yeah,
guys. You won't
because
spend
at
the
least
whole
like
day.
I feel like when you're shooting, you know what takes a good, like even before you load it all onto the laptop and watch everything again. So you already know this one was good, so I'll use this take, I'll use that take, and it's like put it all together. Yeah. And also I think one thing that we've also had to do in our videos is that, 15 seconds on it, at some point it may not seem like enough time to like put the whole thing together. So one, like you can either like slightly increase the speed of the video, just like capture everything, and then also that includes like speeding, increasing the speed of the soundtrack if there is any. So
the most annoying thing
is
the video doesn't fit into that.
Yeah.
And you have to
Also,
try
have cuts off.
clip everything like as much as possible to try fit it in that limit that you have.
Because I'm sure like it takes practice to get all that, like to master how to put all that in 15 seconds.
Okay, when you're starting off, you might have a clip that is more than 15 seconds. Like, okay, maybe it's 17 seconds. So you have to try, cut as much as possible the unnecessary parts that you don't really need for the video, things like that.
So we've come up with our Vine. We've edited it. It's ready. And then I think when I come across some other Viners, are you guys called that?
I don't know, comedians,
whatever. Right?
Still haven't decided.
Guys make us laugh. They say when now it comes to posting it on the social media, now you have to think about the time, what time you need to post. So like, just give us an insight, because now I'm sure like the followers you get, it's not only consistency, you have to also know what time you want people to watch. Okay.
I feel like the best time to post is at night when everyone is like in bed and guys are just socializing on Instagram, on WhatsApp and everything. I feel that's the best time to post, and you get the most results from that. Or
like
the
what's the best time?
Around 9 to 11.
9 to 11. In the morning?
In the morning, like maybe from 9 onwards, when guys are waking up. The first thing you do is check your phone and start checking Instagram.
But like what you can also do, particularly for me, is what I do sometimes. There's this website called Iconosquare. So basically, it like gives you a chart on like when the most likes the time of the day when you've received the most likes, and so it tells you that's when you should ideally post at that time. So like for me, it varies from day to day. If I find Mondays, like no one wants to wake up, so maybe it's safe to at 11, but then Tuesday 9. And actually what's also cool about Iconosquare is that the way someone unfollows you on Instagram but you don't know, so Iconosquare shows you who's unfollowed you, lost followers, so
remember we're talking about when to post things. So I guess that's like basically making a Vine. That's all it goes to.
And then also hashtags, because actually I don't know if you noticed, but on Instagram most of the things are popularized because of the hashtags that you use. So like Vine 254 me Kenyan Vine, F for F, follow for follow, just like what if the others like don't judge me, because then again fine, it's not everyone who like log on to George Kimani or Robert Muigai. People will run, I'm bored, why don't I go see what's on Don't Judge Me Challenge? So I search for the hashtag Don't Judge Me, and then that's when now the videos come up, and they're like, also George Kimani does more Vines, maybe I should follow him. So hashtags, I think, take a critical role.
Those keynotes, a lot of preparation, a lot of time put into it, a lot of editing, getting your characters right, and I'm trying to remember like all of them. If I ever decide to do something that's funny. Aside from that, after the editing, getting the right time to post on social media, and also hashtags. Hashtag everything, like hashtag the Chartlist, hashtag TV, hashtag Viners, hashtag every single thing, hashtag Sharon Kinganga.
Hashtag. I don't know why people do that.
Okay, so now we're gonna take them on a music break. So follow you at
Robert Muigai
on
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's all the same.
George Kimani _
And you guys should already know the drill. Follow the Chartlist on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and hit me up at Sharon_Nganga on Twitter, because I want to hear all your views on Vining, also the segments we've had, and any type of music you'd love. So stay tuned for more music, more entertainment. Bye-bye.
I'm ready, yeah, she's fine. Wonder when she'll be mine. She walked past like praise, rewind and see that as one more time. And I got this soda, but me boys they know us.
No, he drinks so much. He needs to remove. Welcome to the
breaking news. We're going to talk about the El Nino that is about.
Like, I'm gonna get a flood of followers on my Instagram. You know, you better follow me.
Oh, what about you, madam? How they are preparing for the El Nino?
Mom, can I go to a club with my friends?
No way! Who's mommy gonna hang out with?
You have your own friends, Mom.
They suck. They all subtweet about me.
Well, I wonder why.
What did you say?
I said I love you.
Then take me out to get some Chinese food.
We just ate Chinese food for lunch.
That was 36 minutes ago.
I don't want any more Chinese food. Can we get ice cream?
Who do you think I am, the Jolly Ollie ice cream man?
Mom, you're being so unfair to me right now. I'm leaving and going to a fish market.
You better not do that or else I'm gonna spank you.
Yeah, right.
But first, let me eat a sausage. Sausages. But first, let me eat a sausage. Sausages.
Mom, I'm so thirsty. Did you buy more milk?
I didn't buy squash. About time you got a job.
Do you even love me?
I love my sausages.
I hate my life.
Let's take some selfies.
Get out of here, Mom.
I think Kelvin is my favorite filter.
Get off Instagram.
But first, let me eat a sausage. Sausages. But first, let me eat a sausage. Sausages.
Pause. My phone is totally broken. This stinks.
Here you go, Sonny. Mommy bought you a new phone.
OMG. Is this what I think it is?
Oh, yes it is.
Mom, no one has this phone yet. It's not even for sale yet.
Mommy has her ways. I love my Joshy Squashy.
I thought you hated me.
I don't hate you.
Oh man, this is the best day ever.
I flushed a piece of seaweed down a toilet, and now it's clogged.
Mom, I want to be just like you.